What's up, everybody? Robbie Rad here. Beautiful morning here. Got the sun rising over there. Lavender ledge is in full bloom. Look at this. Beautiful. This is two different varieties of lavender. We got Munstead and oh man, I can't think of the other one, and I don't remember which one's which. Beautiful. Lavender heads popping off. A little fun we're having since most of the market garden is being let go fallow. Basil and tomatoes, some miserable basil, got it dirt cheap though. All the nurseries are starting to get that crazy pricing going, trying to move everything. It's coming back though. All of it got limed out, stressed out, green. This is what they look like. And I got them from the nursery, but like I said, got them for that blowout pricing. Some miserable tomatoes I've been neglecting all year. Cherry tomatoes, these guys gotta get water before work. They're all gonna get popped in down the center of this bed. Trying to fill everything up this year. But what I came on here to show you guys is not lavender or tomatoes or garlic or peas, but I'm gonna show that to you anyway. Firewood. There's always firewood. That's why you need coffee. Lots and lots and lots of coffee. Oh, soft neck's looking wonderful this year. We're getting close, friends. We're getting close. Home safe snap pea seed. Killing it. Snap peas are popping off. We love these things. The kids love these things. I think most people, if you've grown a garden and you've grown snap peas, you know. I'm trying to zoom in on them. I don't even know what they are. They're right in front of me. Wow. Couldn't see them in the camera, but I could see them with my own eyes. Loving it. The main reason I'm excited this morning is this. So the other day it was the wife and I's anniversary, 4 years. Obviously haven't always been walking with the Lord and doing things right, but working on redeeming lives and families for generations and households. But my oldest is 10, and I just celebrated my 4th marriage anniversary, so didn't always do things the right order, but what are you gonna do? Sometimes you gotta do things the wrong way so that you could be a testimony for others why it's important to do it the right way. And what we wanted to do for our anniversary, most people would want to go out for a fancy dinner or something like that. We actually got in here. I got some pictures. I'm going to do a post on it. We got this first one up, and we got this ridge beam up to the junction because there's a break in it up there. That's what we did for our anniversary, as well as harvesting and trimming the lavender and a bunch of other little garden chores. We just ordered takeout, ate here, and on the back porch, and had garbage plates and gardened. That's what we wanted to do for our anniversary. It was funny because we both had the same idea separately and brought it to each other collectively. It was cool. So 4-foot spacing on this. My buddy Sean came over yesterday. I brought in the big guns because his wife was struggling moving around these 2x8s with me and stuff like that. Especially when I had her move that doubled up 2x8 over there. I was kind of beating the wife up a little bit. Good for her to do some work, but I don't want to hurt her. She's too cute. So, brought in the big guns yesterday. Got the rest of the ribs in. Got everything leveled up, plumbed up. Well, leveled up as far as ridge beam and your outer 2 ribs. They're all at 4-foot spacing now. The biggest thing is getting purlins and skirt boards on now so that I can plumb it up and square the base and everything. So, having fun. This is going to be epic. The upper terrace where we just were, we did some trials with eucalyptus and some poly low tunnel stuff the other year. Never actually got the poly lows on it, but I think it would have survived if I did. But we can't wait for eucalyptus trials for this. Eucalyptus is something we really want to bring to market. Add it to our repertoire. We use it in some of our bath soaps and other things like that. So we'll be able to use all of our own eucalyptus, hypothetically, and hopefully in the future. The way I'm thinking is it's going to be beds laid right along the walls, 30-inch bed platform. It's in the market garden area. And most of my beds, if I make them, you'll notice, or have noticed, are 30-inch. Another 30-inch against this wall. And then I'll probably have 2 more out here somewhere with a footpath right down the gullet. I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet. And walls are going to be almost 100% windows, as much as I can. I got a 10 light door. It's going to go just right of center on here. And then I got a big 3 window crank out casement window. It's going to take probably about 2/3 of this left side of this end up. And then I'll be able to crank out the windows, get good airflow and everything. Got some smaller ones that are going to go up top and stuff. So excited for this project. Been saving materials for this for about 5 years or so. One of those COVID checks that everybody got and none of us could deny. I think it was like $600 or so. I actually spent that on the wiggle wire and the poly for this. Let's go check it out real quick. I gotta get going to work. My skillet's warming up. It's early. But I'm excited about the greenhouse, so I want to show everyone. Anyone want a chipper shredder? I need to get this thing out of here. I took it. It runs great. From a family friend. It's just, I don't know, don't use it. It's in the way. Got all the wiggle wire and the channel for it. And then there's the proper roll of poly for it too. That's not just cheap plastic like everything else I've polytunneled around here. That's real greenhouse plastic. So, got minimal money into this whole project. All these ribs were buried in the mud. They were spare parts. Talked to a guy that was selling a bunch of old greenhouses. Said, hey, you got any stuff that you need cleaned up or moved out of your way? You know, I'm not a player. I tried chalking them down on these greenhouse, or a greenhouse. And I just couldn't pay what he wanted for them. And he goes, yeah, there's a bunch of spare parts behind the one barn. You get them out of here, you can have them. So I went and dug around in the mud. Ended up finding these 7 ribs. And I think it was like 8 foot of ridge beam I found. But all this that I'm using is all old deck boards from a deck that we tore down off of a house that was still in really good shape. Goodness, that was probably 4 years ago. So stuff's happening, stuff's moving. We're having fun. Wife bought a pool, just a little one, but that should be interesting and fun. See if we can stress out the well.